What is going on, guys? It's Chu here, bringing you, after 6 years, another review first on the channel, another review on One Punch Man. I gotta say, first and foremost, I was surprised that they finally announced it after talking about this for years, and the whole situation where they were going to change studios, that they were going to have an off-brand director be involved. It was just a lot of going on with One Punch Man. And just to give you guys my overall thoughts on this change, it was okay, bearable. Personally, I don't really care for it. I don't care for the style of animation that they've done. It does not look good. JC Staff is a company who has been known for pushing out mid-level animation, and a lot of people aren't fans of that. Now, when JC really pushes it, it does look better. But unfortunately, One Punch Man looks pretty bad. And there were moments in this episode where things just didn't look as good. One of the things that personally I didn't enjoy was like Garou waking up and him walking in the hallway. That was just kind of like very, very stale, very whack, not very fluid. It just didn't look right. The way he walked was pretty bad. But those are just my overall thoughts on the animation. As far as the episode in itself, I gotta say it was actually a pretty good episode. We start off kind of with some introductory stuff. We see that they're picking up after so long. You have to kind of remember what happened. But now we see that the hero organization is trying to organize kind of like a rescue mission for one of their big wig, kid one of the big wigs that is part of the organization's kid who has been kidnapped. And they're trying to figure out the best way. They're organizing all this, and honestly, for a good portion of it, it was fluff. I enjoyed what we saw as the episode went on, and seeing what was going on with like Fubuki and Saitama. Like Saitama has everybody in the house, and we see Genos, Silver Fang, we have King, and just all these big name heroes just there. And Fubuki, at least, she's wanting to kind of not only recruit these guys, obviously, but wanting to formulate a plan to see what would be the best way to kind of, do something in this dire times. But we see that Saitama isn't really paying attention. He is not focused on anything she's saying. He doesn't quite care, and he's actually just kind of like, whatever. He's just kind of like in his own world. It isn't until Garou gets being brought up again, he's like, all right, now I'm gonna do something. And really, without her saying anything, we see how like Fubuki is just like feeling kind of bad, which I thought was kind of funny. It was unexpected how she was like, I just came here and no one, nothing that I was pushing for worked. And so I honestly thought it was funny, but at the same time messed up. But we have him going out, and then we see some of the heroes getting ready to take on the monsters. Everyone making their own preparation. Atomic Samurai talks to one of the handsome heroes, and it's all right. Just the preparation. But then back at where the monsters are at, we have Garou waking up, and he's been out for quite some time, and we actually see him getting up, and he's just wandering. And that's why I said it just didn't look right. He wakes up and he goes into like this arena room, and we have him watch some of the soldiers that were sent out by one of the big wigs from the Hero organization, being basically whipped into submission. And of course, it was kind of fun to see this little moment with some fan service, excuse me. But overall, we see them wanting him to join. Gorio, I believe his name was. I'm butchering the name, I'm sure of it. But we see that they want him part of the group. And, he's like not really interested. He's only there for himself. And so he kind of leaves it there. And we have, some of the other monsters waiting for some orders to kind of follow him as he's kind of doing things on his own. They don't trust Garou, which isn't a surprise. And then at the very end of this episode, we actually see two other monster guys, and they're also waiting on our good lad Sonic, which is kind of funny. He's bent on revenge against Saitama. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, leave a like, comment below your thoughts, and as always, catch you later.